Hi, everyone. It's Mike Sabatino. It's great to have you with us this afternoon. I see a lot of familiar names on the WebEx, and I see some new faces, which is always great to see. And I'm excited to present a sort of a special monthly money coaching intro webinar, because today we're going to focus on a paycheck checkup. So updating your withholding is as easy as 1, 2, 3. We've gotten so many questions on this topic that we felt like it was important to dedicate some time to it specifically. And we had a lot of people on the 9 o'clock and the noon call, so I'm thrilled to have you guys with us this afternoon. I'm going to show you how to fatten your paycheck in less than 15 minutes by adjusting your withholding. The total webinar this afternoon is going to go till about 25 after the hour. So the goal for today is to share some quick, practical hacks to increase your paycheck. So if you're on this call and you're feeling kind of overwhelmed about taxes and the W-4, and you just feel like you're kind of clueless about this stuff, that's okay. This call is for you, and you're in the right place. So, Matt, switch to the next slide if you would. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. This quote is attributed to Albert Einstein. I think about this a lot, and particularly when we design financial interventions in the workplace, such as what you're going to see today, the paycheck checkup. It applies to everything we do, including our 401k stress test offering, which has been really popular, and also our student loan diagnosis. The goal of everything that we do here is to make it as simple as possible, but no simpler. And a little bit of background on me. I'm a certified financial planner, or a CFP for short. The CFP designation is the gold standard financial planning credential in the United States. And my mission and purpose is to coach and motivate individuals and families to live healthier financial lives. I'm an employee of McGraw-Hill Federal Credit Union, and McGraw-Hill Education has hired the credit union to deliver unbiased financial coaching to employees. So that's what I do. And the credit union is a great organization. It's been around for 80 years. It's a financial cooperative. It's essentially a nonprofit bank. So the only reason that the credit union exists, is to serve our members. So it's a fantastic place to work with. And so to begin today's presentation, personal finance is personal. Everyone on this call, all of you, I don't know, it looks like there's maybe around 30 of you on this afternoon's call. All of you have a very unique, specific situation. There's no two of you on this call that is alike. The scope of a 25-minute call, obviously we're not going to get to all of the nuance and specifics, but I'm going to invite you to schedule some one-on-one time with me if you have specific questions, or just simply email me your question, and I'll show you how to do that a little later. But to start out, I'm very curious as to why specifically you guys are on the call today. And so we're going to put up a few poll questions so that we could just get to know you guys a little bit better. So which best describes you and your situation? I received an unexpected tax bill in 2016 or 2017. I want to fatten my paycheck and still get a refund. Or maybe you've had or anticipating a major 2017 or 2018 life change, whether that be marriage, a child, divorce, or a new job. So click the radio button, but also click the submit button, and we'll give this a few more seconds, and I'll share the results with everybody. Okay. So the results are in, and so one of you received an unexpected tax bill recently. 14 of the 20 people on the call want to fatten their paycheck while still getting a refund. And 2 of you have a major, or experiencing or anticipating a major life change coming up. So this is, the majority, most of you on the call today, it sounds like are receiving a refund, but want to kind of flow that into your paycheck. That's pretty much consistent with what we saw on the last 2 calls today. Most of you are in that category. Let's take a look at another question. Which best describes your filing status? One job, living on your own, single, no kids, single with a side hustle or part-time work, married and only one person works, or married and both of you work. Again, click the letter and then click submit, and I'll share the results with you in a moment. I think we're still tallying the results. Here we go. So 5 of you have one job. You're living on your own, single, no kids. 1 of you is single with a side hustle. 2 of you married and only one person works. And 11 of you, 11 of the 20, are married and both work. Yeah, so it looks like, again, very similar to earlier today, most of the people on the call are married, both work, but there's still, there's 5 of you that one job, living on your own, and then we have someone doing the side hustle, and 2 people that are married and with one worker. Great. All right, here's the last poll question. And the question is, drum roll, please. There we go. Which best describes how you will allocate your tax refund? Are you going to put it in this, and just pick the one where most of the money is going to go? Are you going to put most of it in savings, pay down debt, use for everyday expenses, vacations, splurge, or a major purchase? We'll give this a few more seconds, and then we'll share the results. All right, so 5 of you are going to put most of the money into savings. 9 of you said you're paying down debt. 4 of you, are you going to use it for everyday expenses? And 1 each for vacation and a major purchase. Great. So the majority are either going to pay down debt or put into savings. Great. We'll talk more about some specific ideas for each of these categories. But I want to say, from the results of these surveys, just a couple of observations. The 5 of you that answered one job, living on your own, and two of you that are married with one worker, you guys are gonna want to pay very close attention over the next 5 minutes, because your tax situations generally are less complex than others. And so I'm going to show you a very, very quick, easy hack where you could figure out how to adjust your holding in less than 5 minutes. For the one of you with the side hustle and 11 that are married and both work, your tax filing can be a little more complex, and so I'm going to share a calculator with you afterwards in a little bit that you'll find very easy, and I think is more is really applicable to you. So let us move on here now, and when you look at national statistics, about 70% of people are expecting a 2016 or got a tax refund in 2016. And so for those of you that answered that you usually get a refund and you want to start putting more money in your pocket every month, I'm going to show you the quick hack. First, just a high level, the average tax refund is about $3,000. That means that on average, taxpayers who get a tax refund, they're letting the IRS take more than $200 additional out of their paycheck each month. So for those of you that plan to pay down debt with your refund, just think about if you have $3,000 in credit card debt and it's at 20% interest rates, you could get an immediate 20% return on that money by paying off that debt through the money in your paycheck rather than waiting until the end of the year. And this picture here, I like to use the analogy when it comes to tax time of a bear, and he's fishing in the stream. So, the bears are coming out of hibernation now. It's stream time, or it's springtime. And the bear is the IRS, and the salmon is your McGraw-Hill education paycheck. Now, the bear's appetite is insatiable. He's got a bottomless stomach. He should get his fair share of salmon, but let's not overfeed him. So the goal here is, the goal of the next few minutes is some tips and tricks and hacks to get as many dollars upstream to spawn into savings and spending, if you will. That's really what we're trying to do. And we're not here today to make you guys or even try to make you guys tax experts. There's lots of great YouTube videos if you can't sleep and you want to explore the nuance of Form W-4. If there's one thing to just understand is this. So, key concept, the more allowances that you put on line 5 of your W-4, the less taxes are withheld. Conversely, the less allowances you have on your W-4, the more taxes are withheld. So if your W-4 has a 1 on it, you're taking out a lot of taxes. That may be it may be appropriate, it may not. But if you got a huge refund and would rather not have that money withheld, you would want to consider claiming more allowances. But the question, and I think the thing that really trips people up and creates a lot of inertia, is just how the heck do you figure out how many allowances you should have? We're not going to dive into the W-4 worksheet. That'll put you right to bed. I'm going to share with you a quick idea, and this hack is for the folks with simple sort of situations. Now, the process we're using, paycheck checkup, as easy as 1, 2, 3. So the first step, guys, is to file your 2017 taxes. You have a few weeks left. Get those done, because that'll give you information that'll really help you make a more informed decision. Then once you file your taxes, you have your tax return. Step 2 is to check your allowances. I'm going to show you a simple method, and then for the more complex situations, I'm going to share with you a calculator. And then I'll show you how to actually update the W-4 in McGraw-Hill Payroll, also called Eureka. So here is a simple case study. This would take someone less than 10 minutes to put about $250 a month extra in their pocket. So this is a case study of a McGraw-Hill education employee. They have one job. They're living on their own. They're single, no kids. Their taxable 2018 income is $100,000. You may say, wow, that's a lot of money. I'm just trying to use round numbers here, guys. So taxable income for 2018 is $100,000. And this individual got a $3,500 federal tax refund in 2017. So they come to me and they say, hey, Mike, I've got some credit card bills I'd like to pay off. I'd like to build up my emergency fund. I don't want to give the government $3,500 to hold on to. How do we flow that into the paycheck? So what we do is use a very simple methodology. This is based on an article from TurboTax called Fatten Your Paycheck and Still Get a Refund. If you just Google that, you'll pull this up. I love this article because it makes it so simple. So the first step for this individual is we're going to look at this table in front of you. And in the first column, we're just going to find their income bracket. So they make $100,000. So they're in that $86,000 to $160,000 row. And then we're going to go all the way to the right and note the annual value of each withholding allowance, which in this person's case is $996. So all they need to do at this point is divide the value of their 2017 refund, federal refund, which is $3,500. They're just simply going to divide that by 996, and bingo, they should put down at least 3 extra allowances on their W-4. And the next question that'll come up is they'll say to me, hey, Mike, that's great, but what does that mean in terms of more income for me if I make this change? And so we're going to go to the next chart, and we're going to find, again, their income band, highlighted in red, and then we're going to go all the way across, and the monthly value of each withholding allowance is $83 for this individual. So 3 extra allowances, so you take 3, multiply it by 83, and this person gets almost $250 in extra take-home pay with about 5 minutes of work. So that's, more, it's a cable electric bill, that's, a couple of great night outs, dinner a month, that's paying down some credit card debt. Very simple. Again, this is for simple returns. Now, I know that some of you on this call have more complex situations, and it could be that you have high incomes, maybe you itemize your deductions, possibly you have 2 or even more jobs in the household, or dependent children over the age of 17. I highly recommend that you check out this IRS withholding calculator because about 3 weeks ago, they updated the calculator with all the new 2018 tax changes. So this is a fresh, easy to use option for more complex situations. But keep in mind, whenever we talk about calculators, financial calculators, whether that's retirement calculators or tax calculators, the garbage in, garbage out applies. So you're going to want to file your 2017 tax return and actually have that tax return handy when you go to the calculator, because it'll just simply ask you for numbers that you pull off the return. And you're also going to want to have your most recent pay stub handy. But if you have those 2 documents, it's simply a matter of taking a number from the tax return, plugging it into the calculator, and it'll give you the number of additional allowances to report. So that's really it with the calculator. And the thing I love about this calculator is that there's no need, if you use the calculator, to go and to fill out these worksheets on the W-4. So if you have specific questions for me on this, guys. There are two options. I'll share with you my email in a moment if you just want to email me a question, or I'd love to chat one-on-one. We'll send you a link to book some time. But the next step, none of this matters unless you go in and you actually update your withholding in payroll in Eureka. And so here's a screenshot of where the Eureka page resides in the employee portal. And then if you go in, if you actually go into Eureka, you'll see a couple of things highlighted in red. We're looking at the payroll data page. And then in the bottom right, you'll see that in the bottom right is where your actual withholding information is. And there's a hyperlink there to click on, and it'll take you to this, which will actually show you how many allowances you have. And if you do nothing else today, simply go into Eureka and find out, because 99 out of 100 employees I talk to, no clue how many of the allowances. So if you're curious, very easy to do. And if you want to change your allowances, there's a change link at the bottom. It's very easy to miss that, but I tried to highlight it, and that's all you need to do. So I want to wind up here. We just have a couple of minutes left, and just say that many windfalls, like a tax return, like a bonus, these are just terrific coaching opportunities. More employees participate in the McGraw-Hill Money Coaching Program during March and April than at any other time of the year, because if there's ever a time during the year where you may feel at least a tinge of abundance, it's around this time of year. And it's a great time to put a plan together, to put a plan for and become more intentional about how you're saving and paying down debt. And so the Money Coaching Program is offered at no cost to all U.S.-based McGraw-Hill employees. It's part of your financial wellness benefits. And I know some of you are familiar with it, you've been through it, but for those of you who haven't, we say that baby steps lead to outcomes. There's 4 steps to this money coaching program. It begins with a Know Your Numbers challenge, and it ends with developing your own personal spending plan. And I'm there guiding you along the way. And so, we've listened to employees, and we've gotten a lot of feedback, and we know how stressful and how daunting it can feel to get your money life in order. So we've essentially rigged the game here so that you can win in the beginning. We've made this so that we create some quick wins for you. And the difference between this program and any other workplace money management system out there is that the differentiator is that we're actually offering personalized diagnostics and guidance. And we're not throwing you at a financial app and saying, good luck. You actually have a human being, and that's me. So for those of you who want to talk more, whether that's about specific W-4 withholding or just enter the money coaching program, you're going to get a link, and I highlighted the meeting option that you want to choose. It'll begin with W-4 withholding. And again, anyone on the call that got an unexpected tax bill, maybe a major life change, or you or a spouse owns a business and there's estimated taxes involved, let's talk. Those of you who simply just want to email me a question, you can do that too. So my email is msabatino@mcgrawhillfcu.org. That's msabatino@mcgrawhillfcu.org. And so I thank you for your time today. I hope it was helpful. And I look forward to answering any follow-up questions that you guys have. So have a great rest of your day. Thank you.